Good evening and thanks for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5. I'm Amanda Rowley. Mark and Whitney are off tonight. Let's head straight over to Cody Proctor, getting us ready for a look at weather. We know rain is here, but it's not sticking around for very long, right, Cody?
At least for in a few days. I mean, it's springtime. It's a time of transition, and we certainly are looking to feel that transition for the next few days. But a quick look at our almanac right now. We just got this in. Our high today was 45 degrees. That is below our average temperature for this time of year. Certainly nowhere near that record set back in 1889. Look at that 72 that was set back then. You know, I'm okay with what we got today. For our current temperatures right now and our current conditions, you can see that rain over Lake Coeur d'Alene at this time. Current temperatures at the Spokane Airport are at 43 degrees, winds coming out the southeast at 9 miles per hour. And across much of our region, looks like quite a few of us are dealing with that rain at the moment. Temperatures mostly into those 40s. We've been seeing that widespread rain thanks to this area of low pressure system just sweeping it up into the northwest. And it's been very widespread for the most part. This is where our Doppler radar map is picking up some of those rain showers right now at this time. We're also seeing a chance as we head into tomorrow of a chance for some isolated thunderstorms. So keep that in mind. We might be seeing more brief and gusty winds with this, with some potentially, according to the National Weather Service, some small hail or grapple, with the chance for some infrequent lightning. So keeping a close eye on that. The next 12 hours might see that rain stick with us throughout much of the evening. A bit of a break into our early morning hours. The 3-day forecast, though, take a look at Saturday. We might be back up into the mid-50s with sunshine.
All right, thank you, Cody. Spokane police released body camera footage today of a group of people accused of bear spraying and robbing a couple late last night in downtown Spokane. Spokane police say a couple was sprayed with bear spray while sitting in their car after getting some money out of an ATM. SPD says the group stole money and a backpack from the couple before running off into Riverfront Park. Officers say they caught the group that same night and took them into custody. Police say the couple is okay. Those 3 suspects appeared in Spokane County Court today and are charged with first-degree robbery. The 4th suspect is a minor and has been booked in the Spokane County Juvenile Detention Center. The University of Idaho placed its head volleyball coach on administrative leave after abuse allegations over the past 2 seasons. According to U of I officials, Chris Gonzalez is on leave tonight. This comes after more than a dozen players say they've suffered mental, verbal, and even physical abuse since 2022. This is a story KREM 2 has been tracking since players came forward in January with their stories of body shaming, intimidation, and retaliation. Those players sat down with our Whitney Ward about their concerns and when they knew the behavior had to be reported.
What was it that made you feel like it wasn't just tough coaching, but something that rose to a level where it needed to be reported to the university?
When he started talking about being able to say and do anything he wants to the international girls on the team because they can't leave, and was ignoring injuries, that's when it really started to become like, this isn't okay.
The university told KREM 2 today it expects the investigation into Gonzalez to be finalized in the coming weeks. Ultimately, the university president will determine what steps will be taken to resolve the issue. The school also said it will continue to provide resources and support to student athletes. To watch our complete KREM 2 investigation, just head to our website, krem.com. Well, Pullman police have arrested a man for allegedly murdering his estranged wife. According to the Pullman Police Department, officers responded to a welfare check and found the victim with serious injuries. The Pullman Fire Department provided medical aid, but she later died at the scene. Officers later arrested her estranged husband for second-degree murder, and he was booked into Whitman County Jail. Pullman police are currently investigating. And staying in Pullman, WSU has named a new interim athletic director. Ann McCoy will take over the role while the school searches for a permanent replacement. The change comes just one day after the former athletic director, Pat Chun, left to take the same job at the University of Washington. McCoy has worked in the WSU athletic department for more than 2 decades. She previously served as interim athletic director in 2010. Well, 2 bodies have been pulled from the mangled wreckage of the Baltimore Bridge that collapsed yesterday. The NTSB remains in the early stages of investigating what happened on board the Dolly cargo ship as it left the port of Baltimore Tuesday morning. The agency is interviewing crew members and analyzing evidence from the ship, including the voyage data recorder. Baltimore's port is one of the busiest on the East Coast and the nation's #1 hub for importing and exporting vehicles. 4 workers are still missing and are presumed dead.
The Port of Baltimore is an important port, so for our supply chains and for all the workers who depend on it for their income, we're going to help to get it open as soon as safely possible.
Maryland's governor says the port directly employs...
That's right. Maryland's governor says the port directly employs about 15,000 workers and more than 100,000 indirectly. Now, more reaction coming out of North Idaho after alleged racist remarks hurled at the Utah women's basketball team last Thursday. Tonight, we're talking to the president of the Kootenai County NAACP. KREM 2's Nathan Hyun joins us live in Coeur d'Alene now. Nathan?
Amanda, I'm by the Coeur d'Alene Resort where the Utah women's basketball team was staying, and the first words that the Kootenai County NAACP president told me was, "I wasn't surprised."
James McDay has lived in Coeur d'Alene for more than 20 years.
As a person of color in that community, I was not surprised.
He was one of the founding members of the Kootenai County NAACP organization in 2019. He says for as long as he's lived in Coeur d'Alene, he has not seen progress to stop racism.
It's been demonstrated to me, made clear that my advocacy, my work, is not wanted.
When McDay heard of the alleged racist attacks against the Utah women's basketball team, he says not enough is being done to change the narrative in North Idaho.
The racial bias is so intense, none of the organizations that say they stand for civil rights in our community will even collaborate with me or my organization.
During a press conference held by city officials on Tuesday morning, the Kootenai County Human Rights Task Force said it's doing everything it can to stop racism in Coeur d'Alene.
I want to make it very clear and very loud that we condemn in the strongest terms those horrendous acts of hatred, and if the perpetrators can be found, we call upon them to be prosecuted.
McDay says people of color tell him they fear coming into North Idaho.
I am trying to protect them.
Louise Telford is also worried about racism in the region. Telford has lived in North Idaho since the 70s.
This is Toto, but his real name is Omar.
She has Mexican-American relatives whom she feels uncomfortable inviting to North Idaho.
It would just be an awesome trip to bring them over here to experience the inland Northwest. And I just feel very uncomfortable with what's going on in Coeur d'Alene.
When Telford saw what allegedly happened to the Utah women's basketball team,
it just sickened me and further told me that they have a real problem in North Idaho. This is not anything new.
McDay says one of the main reasons North Idaho has not made progress is because of limited resources and education available to people who live in North Idaho.
The reality that it will continue to happen is almost for certain because, again, it's education on diversity.
He hopes that cities like Coeur d'Alene can hire more diverse city employees. He says that's the only way to change the narrative and put a stop to racism.
The Kootenai County NAACP also has released a full statement in response to the alleged incident Thursday night. For that full response, head to our website at krem.com. In Coeur d'Alene, Nathan Hyun, KREM 2 News.